What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about how I believe Lamar Jackson is one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the league. Without further ado, please like, please subscribe. We're on the road to 500 subscribers, and without further ado, let's get on with the video. Now, before I talk about this, I just want to say that I am still a Lamar Jackson fan. I still like what he does. I think he's a great player. He's a great person. I mean no disrespect when I make this video. I'm just bringing out the facts and I'm just bringing out my personal opinion. We can always talk in the comments about what you guys believe. And I'm always there for debate. I respect the guy, I respect his game, and I respect his accomplishments. Now, without further ado, let's get on with the video. So, if we really quick look at his stats this season, Lamar Jackson had 3,678 yards, 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and a 64.7 QBR. The thing is, my opinion, this season, he should not have won MVP. Well, I think he definitely should have made the ballot. I don't think he should have won MVP. The only reason why I don't think he should have won MVP is because he didn't lead in any categories when it came to the statistics. The last 5 or 6 MVPs or the last 10 MVPs that we've seen, they've led the league in passing yards. They led the league in touchdowns. They led the league in touchdown to interception ratio. They led the league in QBR. Like, Lamar Jackson didn't lead the league in anything. If you want to talk about what he led the league in, he probably led the league in rushing yards as a quarterback, which is good, but nothing compared to what he did in his MVP season in 2019. I definitely believe that Lamar Jackson won that one. Like, he deserved that one. But the fact that Lamar Jackson won MVP this season, and the fact that he won it by he won basically he almost won unanimous for the second year in a row, and won it by probably one vote. I think one person voted for Josh Allen is just blasphemous in my opinion, right? I think Lamar Jackson is pretty good. I don't think he's elite. I mean, okay, he's elite. He's definitely a top 10 quarterback. There's no debate about that, right? I put him in maybe the top 7, top 6, maybe, but people put him in the top 5. People are putting him one slot below Patrick Mahomes. I even saw some lists that someone put him above Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, no, right? And another thing is, when you talk about Lamar Jackson, his playoff stats have just not been good. And the thing is, when we compare quarterbacks, we're gonna have to compare quarterbacks that perform well in the playoffs. And Lamar Jackson is just not risen up to the occasion in the playoffs. He's had 2 seasons, this season and his MVP season, where he was a number 1 seed and basically fell short and did not play to the standard that people say he was going to play. Now, in the playoffs, he has a 75.7 passer rating, which is pretty good, not terrible. He has 1,324 passing yards, 6 touchdowns and 6 interceptions in 6 games in the playoffs. Um, and I think he's 2-5 in the playoffs. I think, not good, like not good at all. I think he did beat C.J. Stroud, which was good, but I mean, come on, this year C.J. Stroud is a rookie. The team was very young, not experienced. Like, that was not a big accomplishment in my opinion. Now, he did play really good in that game. He had 2 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. He played good. I'm not saying anything about that. It's just that when he played the Chiefs, he just did not play good at all. He had a fumble, and he had a fumble that led to a touchdown. Not a pick. It wasn't a scoop and score, but it was a possession where the Chiefs then ran down the field and scored a touchdown. And then also, he did throw an interception in the end zone with triple coverage, and it just wasn't the best showing for Lamar Jackson. Now, do I think everything was to blame in that game from Lamar Jackson? No. I would be not being right if I said that, right? I think Lamar Jackson was not all to blame, but he was definitely some to blame, right? Obviously, the coaching, not running the ball, not giving Lamar Jackson enough designed runs was not good on the coaching staff. I definitely agree with that. I don't know what John Harbaugh was doing that game. Because the Chiefs' rushing defense was not the best, so you definitely need to run the ball, and you have probably the best running quarterback in the league. So I definitely believe that not everything was on Lamar Jackson, But there is a lot to blame for Lamar Jackson in that game, right? Lamar Jackson did not elevate to the way people thought he would. A lot of people picked the Ravens because they thought, oh, Lamar Jackson's MVP. He's going to rise up to the occasion. He's going to score. He didn't do that. Now, again, Zay Flowers is also blamed, right? Lamar Jackson threw the ball to Zay Flowers and he fumbled in the red zone. He also had that taunting penalty. So, again, I'm not putting again everything on Lamar. He definitely played okay, but he still did not rise to the occasion that everybody thought he would. And it just a lot of people are debating, like, is Lamar Jackson a top 5 quarterback? I'm like, no, he's not. He isn't a top 5 quarterback because the reason is because winning matters. Like, winning is a quarterback stat in my opinion, right? You need you need to be able to be an efficient winner in the playoffs to be good. Like, be a top 5 quarterback. Like, we see that with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, very good in the playoffs. Yes, people say, oh, his defenses carry him, all like this and that. Lamar Jackson had the best defense in the league, like this year. He didn't do anything with that. Like, Joe Burrow used that and made it to the Super Bowl. Granted, he took a terrible offensive line to the Super Bowl. So, I mean, and also Lamar Jackson has a pretty good O line. His team is actually good. I don't know why people say that he doesn't have a good receiving core. He definitely has a good receiving core. Isaiah Likely is pretty good. Zay Flowers is good. Mark Andrews is good. Now, granted, Mark Andrews was injured for most of the year. That's why I do give Lamar Jackson some props. His best weapon was injured for most of the year, but the run game was so good. And the thing is, Lamar Jackson actually, there's a statistic that was made. He was only accounted for 62% of the touchdowns that the Ravens had this year. If you look at the last 7 to 8 MVPs this season and the MVPs of past seasons too, they've been accounted. They most of the time the quarterbacks have been accounted for 80% of the touchdowns. The fact that Lamar Jackson barely was accounted for most of the touchdowns in the league for the Ravens this year was not saying anything. And the thing is, if you take out Lamar Jackson and put another quarterback in that team, I'm sorry, that team is good enough to win. Like, you put Joe Burrow on the Ravens, they're going to the Super Bowl. You put them on the Ravens, he's going to the Super Bowl, right? You put Josh Allen on that team, they're going to the Super Bowl. It's just the shortcomings of Lamar. It's just not been it, and that's just my opinion, guys. You guys comment down below. Like, what do you guys believe? Do you guys think that Lamar Jackson is a top 5 quarterback? Do you guys think he's better than Joe Burrow or Josh Allen? I think he's been overhyped, overvalued. But again, I still respect the guy. I think he still has a lot to prove. I think he has a lot left in him to become a great franchise quarterback. I think he has a Super Bowl in him. I just think that he needs to start playing good in the playoffs. And once he does play good in the playoffs, I think he will have a great, successful career. Without further ado, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Please comment down below your thoughts and takes on what I believe. I'm always open to debate. And till next time, peace.